Hey everybody, Aaron Prime 117 here again. And today, like I said in my last video, the next available time or day off I'd get, I would be testing in my Gamecube Gameboy hookup up and seeing how it works. And what better way to do it than also testing it with my Elgato card as well to see how well the recording system works. So, let's get to work on setting this up. I'll first put it up and make sure everything is hooked up right. And then we'll do the test run. So stay tuned, everyone. This shouldn't take too long. Alright, now everything is hooked up as it should be. So to run the first test, to make sure the console itself is working, we'll start with one of the games that came in my collection, actually. We'll start off with the MVP Baseball 2005. But before I do that, just so you know, let's quickly take a look at a console light up. Well then, everything looks normal so far. So let's take a look at inserting a game and see what happens. Seems to be powering up. Add a little bit of volume into it. Well, okay, so time to select and activate. And I've had this controller for quite a long time now, and this is the first time I'm actually using it. So let's get to it. Well, it looks like that lit up, so let's see if it works right. Here we go.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Gotta love EA.
If you want to see me coming out of the bullpen, catch me in MVP 2005.
MVP Baseball 2005. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4!
So it looks like the console works out well, and the Elgato hookup is working well with it too. And for those of you who do see that I don't have a memory card in the console yet, I will get one of those eventually, though. But as I've stated before, I plan to use this console for Game Boy game recording, and I'll be using my Wii for GameCube who play recording. As long as it works for me. So you can all see this actually works pretty well and all. Oh, and it looks interesting too. So now back to the menu though. In any case, for reset and start down, back to the GameCube menu it goes. So the GameCube console is a proper success so far, but now comes the next part that I have to test on it. The Game Boy hookup. And to work this out, the one thing I do need mostly is the GameCube startup disc. Well, the Game Boy GameCube startup disc, so, which is what I've got. And the game I've decided to test is my odd game out, that I only have one of right now, is my Mario game, which is Mario Golf Advanced Tour. So, let me just hook this thing up. And a Game Boy game won't play without the startup disc, so first insert the disc. And then I'll put the game into the slot under. Close it up. And now it's powering back up. Now let's go to the gameplay slot. See how it says Game Boy Player? That means it's working and it's hooked up. So, as of such, let's see how well it does. Game Boy Player, presses start. That's what I'll be doing. And just so you know, the GameCube does not show the game that's going to be played on the screen when it starts this, though. Well, you know what I mean, though. Oh, sorry if my words were a little jumbled. But let's begin with it now, shall we? But before I do, let me just add a little volume to it. Here we go.
Nintendo.
Man, I just love that kind of intro. Well, how about that? It all works properly. And with the Elgato hookup and all, it's gonna be even better. And just before I go and end this part, before going on to the final bit, what's it doing? Oh, it's just starting back up again. Never mind that. So, let's first look at a quick look at the start menu. For those of you who haven't seen this game in quite a while, it is all still the same and all, though. And I had this game back when I still had my own Game Boy and all. But having it on something like this is even more fun. Options, glossary, records. Even the storyline starts at the lodge. Your road to the top golf world starts here. Datas and everything. Now, before I end this part and move on to the next bit, by pressing the Z button, there's also these other things. Game pack and other things, so the most bit in all, screen filler, sharp, normal, soft. I stick with normal, so naturally it's all pretty interesting. And more or less though. And the controller has its own setup and all too. And then screen size and all. Oh, you can then see it's just, like, you can extend the screen a little bit too. Pretty cool and all. And then there's also the frame and all. Oh. Each of those frames are just like a background and a screensaver for the screenplay and all. And all honestly, the screen kind of makes it look like it's a Game Boy Advance. Well, pretty cool and all. And anyway, there's a whole lot to it and all. I kind of like number 18, the Galaxy and all. So anyway, now we'll move on to the final bit. Or should I say, the final part and all. So now you've seen what the Gamecube Gameboy hookup looks like a little bit. And further down the road, you will see my recordings of it, but in how I use it. Honestly, if my Wii has trouble with the GameCube games I plan to record, then I'll use the GameCube to record them. But hopefully it doesn't have any trouble. But for now, Game Boy games are rolling in on my channel, and then plenty of content is going to come along the way up to Christmas probably, and so on. And probably around Christmas time or before or after, well, not before, but maybe after Christmas or on New Year's or after New Year's will be my next mail video when I introduce a new game or two to my channel. But from till now, starting now until into December and then leading into January, more content will be rolling, and my next mail video will be coming. And in that next mail video will be 2-star or game character heroes. Well, I don't know if they're both heroes. Well, one's a hero one became a hero in 2014, but he was a villain mostly, a while back. And the other one will be a special star as well. I'm not saying who they are, though. Don't try guessing them in the content, though. Guessing in the comments, but if you want to try, go right ahead. But you won't get a direct answer from me. Maybe I'll just say you're getting colder or warmer. Or who knows. But anyway, down the road, more content, and my next introduction of gaming, or whatever they will be, he will be around or after Christmas time, leading into January. So until then, stay tuned, everyone. When more content is coming, everything is going to be a lot of fun on what I record. And once again, I am sorry for the lack of content I've had, but editing is nearly finished, and a whole bunch of videos will be coming in. So stay tuned, everyone. It's all coming down in a good way. Well, what did I say coming down? It's all going to come to you in a good way. That's what I meant. So stay tuned, everyone. Aaron Prime 117 signing off.